3 years ago, my friend Stefan, a doctor in a major city in Germany, he called me and told me about a problem he faced. He said, I have one of my patients, Monica. She's suffering from breast cancer, and she's undergoing a chemotherapy. And I prescribe her marijuana, because that's one of the only things that helps by giving her back the appetite and getting rid of her nauseas. And the only way to do it is on the black market, in the dodgy places of the city. And this is what I do. And I feel like a criminal, with a duty to heal and a duty to help. Medical cannabis is a no-painer. The benefits of medical cannabis are obvious. Already more than 2,700 years BCE, the mystical emperor Shen prescribed marijuana against malaria, against gout, and against rheumatism. And also ancient Greek and ancient Egypt recognized the properties of cannabis. And today, there's a lot of applications where cannabis actually helps, and we know more than 30. Among them, glaucoma, multiple sclerosis, seizures, epilepsy, and also it slows tumor growth. Actually, it has been scientifically proven that THC cells can kill tumor cells and destroy them. This is the formula of tetrahydrocannabinol, commonly known as THC. And it's a little bit the bad guy because of the psychoactive effects. But did you know that one cannabis plant has actually more than 100 cannabinoids? And it was only THC that has been investigated on therapeutical uses before. Now, subject of research and investigation, especially in the last years, is the cannabidiol, the CBD. And it's actually considered to have more wider medical applications than THC. So I'm a doctor, but not a medical one, so how did I come to this project? I met Dr. Mariano Garcia de Palau in Barcelona 2 years ago, and he's an eminence on medical cannabis. He has been investigating on this for the last 15 years, and when he told me the success stories of the patients, it was an eye-opener. And after talking to the patients themselves, and I will never forget talking to this couple which treats their son suffering from epilepsy, telling me that's the only thing that really helps, I know and I knew I wanted to get involved. So if medical cannabis is a no-painer, why is it illegal? If you were an easily influenced crowd, I would say there's nobody who has ever died of an overdose of cannabis. But honestly, why are we falling into this trap of thinking that cannabis is actually bad? Let's look at some history. This is Harry J. Anslinger, half German. He was made in 1930 the head of the Federal Bureau of Narcotics. And he thought, I might enlarge my power a little bit beyond cocaine and opiates by including marijuana. And that's what he did. So he started a campaign against cannabis of all kinds. And he was supported and seconded by Randolph William Hearst. Hearst, the yellow press mogul, leading an empire of newspaper and magazines. He had just heavily invested in Tinder, and in timber, and in cotton industry, as you know, hemp. With hemp you can actually produce paper and also garments. And he didn't want any competition from hemp rising up. And they were supported by DuPont and other pharmaceuticals. DuPont had just patented nylon in 1935. And other pharmaceuticals, they didn't know how to standardize, how to dosage cannabis. And also they didn't want the folks to grow their own medicine in the garden. So all this set the stage for the Marijuana Tax Act in 1937 against the opposition of the American Medical Association. And this tax act made it completely illegal to produce or to transfer cannabis of all kinds. But things are changing. And sometimes it takes courage to change. And Dr. Sanjay Gupta, who's the chief medical correspondent at CNN, after having fought cannabis for years and years, said this. Please read. We have been terribly and systematically misled for nearly 70 years in the United States, and I apologize my role in that. That was 2013. So things are changing, also governments are changing, and we're having a situation where governments are reopening discussions about decriminalization and legalization of cannabis. You have states in the United States where even recreational cannabis is legal. You have Uruguay, which at the end of 2013 was the first country to completely legalize cannabis of all sorts. You have Italy, which has just passed a law in May this year to legalize cannabis. In Germany, a petition has been placed in March to have this topic discussed again. And there are other countries like Israel and Canada and Holland where medical cannabis is already legal. So let's have a look at Colorado, where it was legalized in 2012. Those numbers are from the Drug Policy Alliance and the Legal Enforcement Agency. And in 2014, more than 55 million revenues additionally were generated from the sector. Total crime was down more than 10%, and the law enforcement savings were up to 60 million. Are the governments motivated by economical data, or is the driving force well-being? We don't know, but we know that it's beneficial. Spain also is changing. In Spain, we have a decriminalization of cannabis, though it's illegal. But there's a specific condition in Spain. The fundamental right of association, the Vereinsfreiheit, grants the right to consume marijuana within the association. This actually led to an almost inflationary growth of cannabis clubs in Barcelona. So you have more than 100 social, recreational cannabis clubs. Uruguay changes, Colorado changes, also Spain changes, and Jalapa wants to be part of this change too. So 1.5 years ago, we created the first association exclusively and solely focused on the treatment of medical cannabis. We then thought that we had to, or we knew and found out, we had to actually control the entire value chain and guarantee the quality of the products. So we cover the following steps now. We have our own plantations of hemp and also indoor plantations of THC, which runs under our associations. We produce the products in 2 different laboratories, one for the CBD products and the other one for the THC products. And we distribute. And part of the distribution is what we call the Jalapa Clinic. It's a network of doctors who prescribe medical cannabis and do the patient's tracking. And we have now helped numerous patients with a wide scope of applications. And we feel lucky to be able to go on that path. And I also think that Jalapa is a no-painer in that way. And if you're not from Colorado, if you're not from Uruguay, if you've never traveled to Amsterdam, then there's still something that you can do. You can still distribute and purchase those CBD products. And even then that this product does not cover the scope by also including THC, it's at least a beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, the future wants no pain. Monica wants no pain. Medical cannabis is a no-painer.